Hey, this is Max from FL Studio Tips, and today I will show you how to mix vocals using only stock plugins.
Back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular. Saying that I'm acting and my flow is
So the very first thing in high quality vocal mix is high quality recording. And there are tons of aspects of high quality recording, but the very major one is if the volume of the vocal is equal through whole track.
back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the
So here's about 0, and here
with a mindset. I'm not constricted by time. I'm a young rider. I'm going until my heart bleed. Told my mama.
it's around 4. So we'll need to go about 4 dB down, which will be about here. And also, as you can see, Equing is also going lower in volume in this moment.
Told my mama I'm never going to leave. I've been sending, need you pray for me when the world fall apart.
It's about 9. So we need to go a little bit up like this.
Told my mama I'm never going to leave. I've been sending, need you pray for me when the world fall apart. I'ma take the lead. I'm not constricted by time.
It doesn't have to be perfect, of course, but it's quite crucial. Now we just consolidate it with Ctrl-Alt-C. Way better already. Now we can normalize it. And the second step would be to look for some unnecessary breaths and mouth clicks and stuff that we don't really want in our vocal.
Back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the boy in
For
his
example, this breath-in,
air.
you need to decide whether you want it or not. I personally don't find anything like that in this vocal, and the third step would be to pitch correct the vocal. We could do it by going into the built-in pitch correction application inside of FL Studio, and it's extremely easy to use it. In one knob here you can adjust the notes to be centered out to the note. Then you can change the variation so it's even more perfect, and then even change the transition, which will definitely sound too robotic.
Back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular.
But this vocal is already treated with this tool as we did it in our hard shop from start to finish course. Make sure to check it out if you haven't yet. And it's getting even better. You can choose the scale here and snap it after that. Extremely useful tool, but it very depends on your own vocal, so we'll not get into it now. So everybody has their own way of mixing the vocals, and our is following. I always like to add equalizer to get rid of the very, very lows, which are about 100 Hz, and take down from the low mids.
Back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular. Saying that I'm acting and my flow is so immaculate. I'm passing him and dashing.
That will make the vocal sounding less like somebody was singing it on the podcast or something. It depends also on your mic, so make sure to find balance, but I usually find myself doing this EQ slope like this. As you can see on the waveform of the vocal, we have a lot of random peaks here on the left, right, and that is how our voices sound. When we talk, our waveform of our talk definitely doesn't look like a sausage, but to make our vocals sound professional and to make every word, to make all lyrics clearly audible and understandable, we need to use compression. So I usually open Fruity Limiter and go to the compressor mode and turn the ratio to about 5, sometimes even I go to 20. That depends on what result you want to achieve. If you want to achieve more dynamic vocal or more squashed vocal, more modern sounding one.
Back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular. Saying that I'm acting and my flow is so immaculate. I'm passing him and dashing. Then I show it with my actions. Why they want to see me 6 feet. Ain't nobody here in my league, man.
As you can see, the compressor is not working right here, and the words are actually pretty audible. But for example, in those moments, the volume peaks too much, and that will totally overwhelm the listener and mess up the whole mix. That's why it also depends on the recording. Sometimes I use 20:1 ratio, sometimes I use 5:1. You need to find perfect spot and aim the peaks to make the vocal even.
See, I go till I D-I-E fly, Eli, they behind, should be blind. I throw mine while he line. Got some friends who's not allowed to cross state line. I remember when my homie's hard hit us.
As you can see, sometimes it's working, sometimes not, because the rapper did a lot of accents. And that's why in this case, I'll use high ratio compression, and you can hear already how better it sounds.
See, I go till I D-I-E fly, Eli, they behind, should be. See, I go till I D-I-E fly, Eli, they behind, should be blind.
With compression, we make the vocal balanced, control, audible, and clear. Next thing, to add more modern taste to the vocal, I really like to add OTT.
Okay, they don't want to see me shining. I'm working, do it for mine, till I'm not constricted by time. I'm a young rider, I'm going until my heart bleed. Told my mama I'm never going to leave. I've been sending, need you pray for me when the world fall apart.
So as it is multiband upwards and downwards compressor, we glue it even more, and in the mix of 20%, it adds a really nice color to it, which I personally really like. But it's optional, of course. Definitely try if you like it. Although after that we have a lot of harsh S's,
Passionate, everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular.
which we always find with the de-esser. And we definitely don't need any third-party de-esser. Greatest of them all is always the custom one you make, and the custom one you can make is of course in the Maximus. So we can go into the high band and adjust a little bit the frequency and set it to about 6K depending on the vocal. Every vocalist have a different harsh frequency range. And now just compress the very high band.
Passionate, everybody shocked by the boy. Passionate, everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular. Passionate, everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular. Passionate, everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular.
You can see how much of the harsh S's we take. Of course, don't do it too much because you can lose sometimes the brightness, and make sure you set up properly the threshold here. So it does not take the normal words, only the very harsh ones, as you can see here. After adding the OTT and compressing the vocals, we have a lot of them, and we could even deal with it by searching for a harsh frequency peak.
Passionate, everybody shocked by the passionate, everybody shocked.
Which is around here, and we can take it down a little bit.
Passionate, everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular.
Something like this. Of course, check different frequency ranges. See which works the best, and of course, you can always try a de-essing preset built in Maximus. So right now it's starting to sound pretty nice.
There's no going back, no holding back. I roll them black, no one to match. I play the facts, I will attack. I hit him with a style on every track. And
now the vocal lacks some wet effects, something like reverb, for example, right? And the worst thing that you could do to your vocal is just put the reverb on.
There's no going back, no holding back. I roll them black, no one to match. I play the facts, I will attack. I hit him with a
that completely ruins everything. It blurs the vocal and nothing is really clear. And always what you need to do is sidechain the reverb to the dry vocal itself. And we could do it with applying the Fruity Peak controller before the reverb, and on the reverb link to controller and choose the peak of the verse main that we just made and set the mapping formula to inverted.
There's no going back, no holding back. I roll them black, no one to match. I play the facts, I will attack. I hit him with a style on every track, and they don't want to tap me, just relax. I'ma leave a legacy before I die. He don't want to took a risk and set his pride aside. They ain't taking his life. There's no going back, no holding back. I roll them black, no one to match. I play the facts, I will attack. I hit.
So the reverb will hide every time the vocalist is singing, right? And that's how you have to do it every time. Unless you know FL Studio Tips, who brought you free patcher preset pack, in which you'll find drag and drop patcher presets, including the sidechain reverb preset. So we can now get rid of the Fruity Peak controller and reverb, and listen what happens.
There's no going back, no holding back. I roll them black, no one to match. I play the facts, I will attack. I hit him with a style on every track, and they don't want to tap me, just relax. I'm going and going. Set it off in the motion, a mix of talent and focus.
We don't really have to do anything. Here we can adjust the threshold a little bit, the decay.
I play the facts, I will attack. I hit him with a style on every track.
Make sure to download this free pack, and let's hear how it sounds in the mix for now.
Beat right, he likes being doubted, knowing he grind. He the one, he was chosen, know he be fine. Okay, they don't wanna see me shining. I'm working, do it for mine, and I'm not constricted by time. I'm a young rider, I'm going until my heart bleed. Told my mama I'm never going to leave. I've been sending, need you pray for me. When the world fall apart, I'ma take the lead.
Mixing this singing vocal, verse doubles, ad-libs, as well as building today's whole instrumental you learn in our full hard trap course. But there's one more crucial step to achieving professionally sounding vocals. If you hear the chorus,
back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular. Saying that I'm acting, and my flow is so immaculate. I'm passing them and dashing it. I show it with my actions. Why?
it's not that bad, but the vocal is not playing with the instrumental at all. They're not talking to each other. It's exactly as we would put one instrumental track and one vocal track and just leave it. And that's what we'll fix now. As you can see here we have the vocal signal layer, which is actually turned off. It doesn't play any sound. It's actually this vocal, but rendered without the wet effects. So let's turn it off and again consolidate our vocal, but enable the insert effects. So that's how our compressed vocals looks like. And now we'll need to attach it to a new mixer track, unroute it from our master channel and sidechain it to the sidechain channel, which contains all instruments in our track. But not the drums, of course. So now in our sidechain channel, we'll apply new limiter, and as you guessed it already, we'll sidechain from the vocal that we just consolidated, and now make the instrumental hide just a little bit. About 2 dB is definitely enough. See what happens. The vocal is taking down the instrumental whenever it plays, exactly as we had in sidechain wet effects, but this time with the instrumental. And that makes a lot of space for the vocal in the whole mix.
Back in the back, winning and I'm passionate. Everybody shocked by the boy in his vernacular. Saying that I'm acting, my flow is so immaculate. I'm passing them and dashing it, I show it with my actions.
If you want to learn how to make this exact track from complete start to finish, enroll in our full hard trap course, where we take you through techniques and secrets to writing trap melodies, programming powerful drums, arrangement, advanced mixing and mastering, even releasing and promoting your music, and way more in-depth vocal mixing than what you saw in today's video. Full hard trap course, check it out, link is in the description. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to comment, leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We recently achieved an amazing milestone of 100k subscribers, of which we're extremely thankful for. See you in the next video.
He mine, king ain't he son, murder everything, he do it by design, he fly. Ain't he on the east side, he don't wanna make a noise on the beat, right?